Body temperature linked to depression. Can personal thermostats predict mental health? Imagine waking up one morning to find that your body temperature has risen, and with it, your feelings of sadness and depression have intensified. It's a phenomenon that many people have reported, and for decades, doctors have been trying to understand whether this correlation is more than just a coincidence. Now, a groundbreaking study has uncovered a surprising link between body temperature and depression, and it could change the way we approach diagnosis and treatment. But here's where it gets interesting. The relationship between body temperature and depression is more complex than you might think. Researchers from the University of California, San Francisco, UCSF, and partners in 106 countries studied over 20,000 volunteers for 7 months, tracking their depression scores and body temperature readings. The results were astonishing. Higher depression scores were consistently associated with higher body temperatures. And this is the part most people miss. The difference in temperature was often less than 1 degree Fahrenheit, yet it was a consistent pattern that held across different climates, ages, and seasons. So what does this mean? A healthy body typically maintains a core temperature of around 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. But when we're feeling down, our body temperature can rise. In this study, people with milder symptoms had body temperatures that were closer to the average, while those with more severe symptoms had temperatures that were slightly higher. The researchers also found that the daily swing in body temperature, known as diurnal amplitude, was smaller in people with stronger depression scores. This suggests that the timing of our body temperature fluctuations may be just as important as the absolute reading. But what about the nighttime signal? When we sleep, our body temperature typically drops, allowing our brain to enter deep sleep and clear out toxins. However, people with depression often don't experience this natural drop in temperature, which can disrupt their sleep patterns and exacerbate their symptoms. And this is where it gets controversial. Some researchers believe that adjusting our body temperature could be a key to managing depression. By using techniques like whole body hyperthermia, saunas, or hot yoga, we may be able to trigger a rebound effect that lowers our body temperature and improves our mood. But is this really a viable treatment option? The study's lead author, Ashley Mason, PhD, thinks so. Ironically, heating people up can actually lead to rebound body temperature lowering that lasts longer than simply cooling people down directly, she said. What if we can track the body temperature of people with depression to time heat-based treatments well? Of course, this is not a replacement for traditional treatments, but it could be a useful addition to our toolkit. And with the rising rates of depression in the United States, we need all the help we can get. Roughly 1/3 of patients don't respond to antidepressant medication, and talk therapy can be expensive and inaccessible to many. Thermal protocols, on the other hand, are relatively low-tech and could be made available in fitness centers or community clinics. So, what's next? The researchers plan to conduct further trials to determine the most effective ways to adjust body temperature and improve mood. They'll be testing different techniques, such as saunas, heated vests, and water immersion, to see which ones trigger the most durable cooling effect. And they'll be exploring whether syncing heat exposure with individual temperature rhythms can improve results. It's an exciting area of research that could potentially offer relief to people who are struggling with depression. As Mason concluded, given the climbing rates of depression in the United States, we're excited by the possibilities of a new avenue for treatment. So the next time you're feeling down, take a closer look at your body temperature. It might just hold the key to understanding your symptoms and finding a new way to manage your depression. But we want to hear from you. Do you think that body temperature could be a useful tool in diagnosing and treating depression? Share your thoughts in the comments below. New study reveals link between body temperature and depression. A recent large-scale study led by researchers at the University of California, San Francisco, UCSF, reveals a surprising connection between body temperature and depression, Earth.com reported. Analyzing data from over 20,000 volunteers across 106 countries, the study found that higher depression scores consistently correlated with slightly elevated body temperatures. Participants measured their temperature daily using household thermometers and wore smart rings that tracked skin temperature continuously. The results showed that those experiencing more severe depressive symptoms had body temperatures just under 1 degree Fahrenheit higher than those with milder symptoms. This pattern held true across different ages, climates, and seasons. Additionally, individuals with stronger depression symptoms exhibited smaller daily temperature fluctuations, particularly a less pronounced drop in temperature at night. This may indicate disruptions in the internal circadian clock, which regulates sleep and hormone release. Since poor sleep is linked to mood disorders, this finding suggests body temperature could be a key factor in depression. Lead author Dr. Ashley Mason highlighted the potential of heat-based treatments such as whole-body hyperthermia or saunas, which may trigger beneficial temperature rebounds that improve mood. With depression rates rising and many patients not responding well to traditional treatments, temperature monitoring and thermal therapies could offer affordable, accessible options. Published in Scientific Reports, the study opens new avenues for early detection and innovative treatment of depression using simple temperature tracking tools. But here's where it gets controversial, and this is the part most people miss.